That's good. That's a soundbite for sure.
Welcome to A Dreamer's Cabin. We hope you stay a while. My name is Sigrid, and I am the owner and host of A Dreamer's Cabin. We have 3 kids, and during the pandemic, we started to travel a lot to sort of local areas and different Airbnbs and houses where we could stay. And we were just really sort of charmed by so many of them, and so we felt like we really wanted to have our own. And this one was the one that snuck in at the very end, like I just happened to find it. And then I got here and I knew it was the one that we had to have. We sort of rehabbed the entire thing, but kept all the bones and the structure because it was such a beautiful little cabin. This property was something that we sort of took on as a project for ourselves, but also to share with other people at a time when I think the world sort of felt like we needed to reinvent things a little bit. And it was something we never would have done, at any other time. And so I feel like it's really a place that reminds me of that. Like at no point in your life do you need to stop and sort of stay where you are. You can always sort of become the next thing or even go back to the thing that you dreamt of becoming in the past. And it reminds me of that here. We have had a lot of great memories here. I think a lot of it was initially like in the decorating. When we got here, things were a bit dated. So we kind of emptied out all the furniture, which was here, except we tried to keep some of the items that we felt were really sort of vintage and true to the space and made it feel really unique. So we have like our old telephone still on the wall, and we kept this old sort of ship that was part of the decor here, and brought in an old typewriter that we felt like fit the space, and a gumball machine, just things like that sort of made it feel like it was sort of a vintage antique space. But then we also updated to try to make it feel sort of fresh and new. And my daughter, she has a great eye for decorating, so she inspired us to do the pink refrigerator. And we went back and forth on that for a while, but we felt like it was just the sort of perfect eye-catching thing that would catch people's attention. So we stuck with it. All of those little touches kind of like remind me of the times that we were here together working on the space. And then when we finally had it all done, my kids would run across the floor on the second floor and like jump into the beds. And it was like this super cool, like just watching kids jump into like piles of clouds, it was great. The hideout has a skiing hill and a tubing hill and a pool and the beach. And so people who come and share that they skied for the first time or that their kids learned to do something cool here for the first time, we love those stories. But my favorite was actually, we have a guest book where people leave us notes, and someone actually got engaged here, which I thought was the coolest thing ever. So that's probably my favorite thing. I was so glad we got to be a part of that. Honesdale is probably the neighborhood we go to the most, sort of just as an example. And I think it's been a really nice community to actually become a part of. Like we sort of support the businesses and sort of going and saying we've been there, and we sort of, word of mouth each other, I guess, in terms of like saying the things that we love. And we've kind of developed friendships with some of the people there in terms of the shop owners. And we always go to Native for dinner, and it just sort of feels like home there now. And they know us and we know them, and we're always excited to see each other. So I think it's just a really nice sense of community here. I think it's become just a really sort of up and coming space in the sense that people are sort of really excited to be here right now. And that sense of community, you can feel it sort of as a thread, just like running through things. And everyone seems to connect, and everyone who comes here just says it was such a great place to be, and they love kind of meeting the people, and people are so friendly. And so I think if that continues to grow, and I think that it will, I think it will just continue to get better. So we are on Instagram at A Dreamer's Cabin, and we're also on Airbnb.